Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you, my friends? It's Thursday, almost Friday. I wish today was Friday because today's worth 2 days. So I hope you're okay. Unfortunately, it's still Thursday, but at least for us in Ireland, it's end of Thursday. That's a good sign. So I hope you're okay. Today, Samanta is helping us here with her always wonderful inputs. So thank you all. It's good to have you here. While I see people joining us, let do the initial prayer. Samantha, can you do it for us, please?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
So let's come down. Let's raise our thoughts to Jesus. Let's ask for inspiration, for wisdom. Let's ask our spiritual friends, our mentor, Jesus and God, to be with us today and to open our hearts and our minds for everything that we need to listen to today in this meeting. Let us all raise our thoughts to what is good, to what is beneficial to us all, to all the good energies. If we think good things and if we watch our intentions, we can create this harmony, create this field of energy, of good energy around us, and also emanate it to everyone that is close to us, or even people that are far away from us, but we can reach them with all the energy that we have. So let's fool ourselves of this energy so we can make this meeting a good one, a very fruitful one. So be it.
Okay, good. So I can see clear. Thank you, Dawn. Happy to have you here, my friends. We have Dawn with us, Leah from Sweden, Dawn from the United States, more friends from the United States, from Brazil, from Ireland. Good. There are a bunch of people here, which make us very, very happy. And today, it's not an easy topic to discuss. We were talking about the vital principle. It's on chapter 4 of the Spirit's book. This goes from question 61 to 64, 66, more or less. And I just ask you to write us if you are not following what we are saying, because it's tricky. This is cause a lot of conversations in the background, and the conversations in the background happens because we are talking about a book who was written in the 19th century. And people try to compare what was written at that time with that vocabulary. Everybody here agree that the vocabulary it was limited at that time. Like electricity, for example. Electricity at that time was something new. Everything for them was electricity. And today, no, we have more. We get to know more about electricity. We have more. We handle it easily. So it's different time. Hi, Nadia. How are you, my dear friend? Saying the link on YouTube is not working, but for me, it's green here. See, YouTube, you are alive.
It's working for me.
Yeah, it's working here. Perhaps it's you, my dear. But anyway, yeah, just be prepared
Oh,
because
on YouTube, let me check.
on YouTube, yeah. So this is what we want to discuss with you, because we do have a lot of spiritists with, for sure, more background than Samantha and I. They have written a lot of books, a lot of essays, theses, all these things. You talking about it, but we are not discussing what one said, what the other said. We will try to analyze. The idea here is we will put our mind in the 19th century. Yeah, I said I always have trouble to connect with YouTube. I don't know, my God. Yeah. For me, it's green here. I cannot even troubleshoot because it's green. So I have nothing to troubleshoot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It seems like it's working for me. So if it's not working for somebody, maybe if you want to go to, well,
Yeah, for me, it's working as well. I don't know.
now it's working. Nate is saying that now
Yeah,
it's working. So
perhaps take a while until the time we start to broadcast. Probably.
yeah,
Probably.
perfect. It's good that it's working now.
Okay. Okay. So this is the discussion today. We need to we our intention here is not update Kardec's mind, and I think this is not the right way. What we needed to do, and we do have enough knowledge to understand what he was saying in the 19th century. The problem is when you get his words, his ideas from the 19th century, try to uh, update it, but we update according to our knowledge. So at the end, is not what Kardec was saying. I think our safe harbor here is try to understand what Kardec wrote here in the Spirits books and in the Genesis. This is our source of truth. This is what we are following today. Okay? So, just this disclaimer today because I think it's important. So, before Kardec starts to write about the vital principle, the biology was it was a flourish at that time. Like we have Charles Darwin, all these guys were doing their awesome working. So it was a lot of going on simultaneously, if not simultaneously, just happened few years ago or will happen few years ahead. So it was there is no such a long gap in between. So Kardec put it here, organic and inorganic beings. He has this idea, okay? And to understand what is organic, Kardec wrote here, organic beings are those that have in themselves an intrinsic source of activity that produces life. Great. Life in terms of movements, walking like an animal. Animal, like a fly, like a butterfly, monkey. Us, we produce life because we can move, we can execute any action. Okay. The organic beings, they are born, grow, reproduce by themselves. So this, it was organic beings for we are question 60 in the Spirit's book, and we are discussing the item number 1. It's on chapter 4, the vital principle, Leah. It's question 60. Okay, so, and inorganic beings are all those that possess neither vitality nor an intrinsic ability to move, being formed solely by the agglomeration of matter, including minerals, water, air, and so on. So, a plant, for Kardec, it is an organic being. A rock, for Kardec, is an inorganic being. Why? Because the rock, one sec. Samanta, would you mind to, just to clarify here, I need to answer for my boss here.
Yeah. So just I just wanted to add, while you're doing that, that there is some clarification here as well in terms of organic beings, and Kardec says that they are provided with special organs in order to accomplish the various life functions that are appropriate for their needs and their self-preservation. They include human beings, animals, and plants. So this is interesting to say, especially when we say special organs in order to accomplish the various life functions that are appropriate for their needs and their self-preservation, because these are the basic difference between inorganic and organic beings. So inorganic beings, we all come from matter, right? And the scientists will say that every matter comes from the indivisible matter, which is the atom. So the combination of atoms is what is going to create the fundamental elements, like hydrogen and all of those things, and then the combination of those things will create different matter. So and that combination, that formation, will form things like organic and inorganic matter. And the organic matter will have then this special organ. So those combinations, they will happen in a way that they will form those special organs, and those special organs will help the organic beings function and have their ability to host the vital principle, which is something that we are going to talk about tonight, and also life. So I just wanted to add those things. And if you guys have any questions, or if you like to discuss anything else in more details, just let us know. We are not biologists. We are not.
No.
We are not. We don't have a degree in chemic or anything like that. But we will try our best to kind of work together here to talk about those things.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I can do here more. Let me see, because I'm finishing. Okay. So, can you read question number 6 for us, please?
Yeah, sure. So question number 60. Does one and the same force unite the material elements in both organic and inorganic bodies? Yes, the law of attraction, which is the same for all. And that is really interesting because it starts from the very beginning, which is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. So this atom, which is the indivisible matter, they form, or they get together in a way that form the different elements, and then this will form matter. So this is what science tells us, but the Spirit's book seems to be saying the same thing, which is, again, the question, does one and the same force unite the material elements in both organic and inorganic bodies? And it says, yes, the law of attraction, which is the same for all. So that attraction that happens in the to the atoms, that is what makes them all.
Yeah. Yes. So, what I'm saying is, since we have the universal cosmic fluid. Universal cosmic fluid is everything. The principle, the vital principle, it is one. It is one. What's the word? It is something comes from the universal cosmic fluid. Is not derivation, is
it is derived. Yeah,
it is derived. Yeah, okay, it's derived from the universal cosmic fluid. Okay, however, since everything is formed by universal cosmic fluid, it means that inorganic and organic beings are formed by universal cosmic fluid. What differentiates between both, it is one has vital principle, the other do not have it. Okay? That's it?
Yeah. Maybe we can read the question 61 and also 62, so we can get to that idea of vital principle, and maybe things will make more sense. So question 61, is there any difference between the matter of organic and inorganic bodies? The matter is always the same, but in organic bodies, it is animalized.
Or here in this translation, my translation, which is a better translation, it's saying it is vitalized. Vitalize. Because let's open here a quote. When we say life, we mistake life with vitalize. We are vitalized, and our spirit has life. Life has no ending. Vitalized has an ending. When has an ending? When sees the being organs natural production. When sees that, when we have an inability to make that flow, seize the life, seize the vitalize, seize the principle vital, the vital principle. Therefore, we will die. But what dies? The body, not the spirit, because the spirit has the life. It is that clear? The difference between vitalize and life. Our spirit has the life. Our body is vitalized. When sees this vital principle, the body dies, but the spirit is still alive. Okay? So far, so good? I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay. What is the cause of the vitalization of matter? It's union with a vital principle. You already said, okay? That's the difference between organic from inorganic beings. One have the vital principle, the other don't. Good? I'm sorry, but we are reading this because it's a very complex, and we don't want go out of Kardec's train of thought. That's why we are reading question by question to not deviate and give our opinion. What Samantha and I don't want to do here is give our opinion. Our opinion is not important at all. Okay? So, question 623.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Stevan, just before you continue, we are kind of coming from the idea here that you already know what's vital principle, what's cosmic fluid, and all of those things. But if you don't, in the Genesis, there's a chapter only for that, and it explains everything in a lot of details. We may talk about some things in the Genesis today, but
Chapter 10, items 16, 17, 18, and 19.
Perfect. So if you want to know more, if you're confused, if you want more details, I would recommend you to go to the Genesis and read those chapters, because they're very good. They explain everything from the beginning.
Okay. So another thing we want to leave it clear here. Vital principle and vital fluid, it is the same thing. The only thing is, when Kardec wrote the Spirit's book, it was the first time he was talking about it. He called this fluid. Okay? After some years, he wrote Genesis with more knowledge, more background, and he called that principle vital. But both are the same. Keep going. Does the vital principle reside in some particular agent, or is it only a property of organized matter?
Sorry, Stevan. Sorry. I don't seem to let you read this question. I'm sorry. I just want to add one more thing to that you just said, in terms of vital principle and vital fluid. And the reason why they changed the name to vital principle was because for some people it was confusing to talk about cosmic fluid and vital fluid. Because they kind of understood that those things were different things when we all already said that the vital fluid comes from the cosmic fluid. So they're not two different things. They're just one thing that is a derivation from the other, right? So that's why they decided to call it vital principle just to make sure that it was understandable that they were not the same thing. They are just it's just one thing that comes from the other. I don't know if I explained it well. And Stevan, you can complete my thoughts here if you want. But so to me, I think that saying cosmic fluid and vital fluid gives exactly this idea that they are not the same thing, but they are related somehow. So it's just me. It's just kind of the way I understand it, but I completely understand that some other people can also think differently. And to avoid confusion, they decided to call it vital principle. Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to recover here because I discovered the IT deleted their wrong data set. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My 2 months of work are gone now. Okay. I need a water. 1 second, guys. Samanta know what I mean here. It's still hot here.
Calm down. Those things, usually they are solved in a good way.
Okay, let me recover here. Man.
There must be a backup somewhere.
No, he deleted the backup. That's the point. Okay. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Let's move on. Let's do here because concentrate here because here's better. Giving me better things. Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to confirm if what I just said makes sense to you guys. If you guys want to put in the chat box here, if it makes sense or if it makes everything even more difficult. I don't know. Just let me know. And yeah, okay. Stevan, if you want to read question 63, I promise I won't interrupt anymore.
I like my laugh. Thank you, Leah. Leah, I like my laugh. I wish. I want to cry. I don't want to laugh. That's the point.
It's a nervous laugh.
Oh my gosh. I'm sweating here. Okay. So, in the question 63, does vital principle reside in some particular agent? It is both. Life is an effective produced by the action of this agent upon matter. This agent without matter, however, is not life, just as matter cannot be alive without this agent. It gives life to all beings that absorb or assimilate it. Let's put this in a simple words. And perhaps, Don, I will need your help because I may not know all the technical names. So words are not the same. Leah, it's my translation was done by Emmanuel Dutra. Is this book here? It's you can download in Kindle in Amazon. He translated last year. That's why it's the words is different from Anna's words because here is more up-to-date vocabulary or more current verbiage. Okay? So is just type in Amazon Lucinos.
I use this translation here. Lucinos. I know it's a little bit different, but it's still It's still okay. It gives the same idea, even though the words are a bit different. I think you can use the one you have, Leah, as well.
So what I said, we need to let's make this comparison here. In order to make a car run, you need the alternator. Okay? So the alternator, what's the function of the alternator? Transform the mechanical power into electrical power. Okay? The electrical power will make all the electrics of the car works, and at the same time, the electrical power will recharge the car's battery. Okay? Happy days? That's in a very, very simple way to do it.
And what does the battery do?
The battery starts the car. Because when you go and start the car, you need battery. If your battery is dead, you cannot start the car.
And it makes the alternator work as well, right?
Yes, and the alternator charges the battery. So
and
it's
the
a kind of
makes it.
It's one rely on the works of the other. It's the correlation. Yeah, see, Don said batteries stores electrical energy. Okay, so the vital principle generates, transform the no alternates work from engine fan belts. Okay, my friend, let's keep this simple. Yeah, let's make this simple here. Help me here. Yeah. So the alternator transform the mechanical energy, like when you have the pistons working to burn the fuel. Okay, they transform that mechanical power, okay, into electrical, and the battery stores it. Why stores it? Because when you will turn on the car, you will need that energy to wake up the whole engine again. Okay, that's why when the battery is dead, you cannot turn on the car, or when you are running out of alternator, you can still turn on the car, but since you turn off, you cannot do anything. Okay, let's assimilate this with our vital, with our body. Okay, the matter who compose the body is composed by universal cosmic fluid. Okay, what make the connection is the principle vital, the alternator. Okay, see, that's why I said I ask help for the right person. Alternator is a coil of copper wires which spin inside a magnetic field. This produces electricity. See, that's it. This is the principle vital. Okay, this is the principle vital, because this gives life to the car. Okay, If we don't have, let's say, if we don't have the alternator, no life. No, there is no principle vital, no life. Life in terms of human beings here. This is the correlation. Let's see more. When you have seen the spirit man, we have seen that spirit and matter are two constituent elements of the universe. Does the vital principle represent a third one? It's certainly one of the elements required in the composition of the universe, but its source lies in the modulation of the universal matter. For you, it is an element like oxygen or hydrogen, although even these two are not primitive elements because they all derive from one same principle. It's like today we are comparing everything. The universal cosmic fluid is like petrol, raw petrol, the crude oil, okay? The black stuff. When we boil the black stuff at certain temperature, we have gasoline. In other temperature, we have kerosene. Another temperature, we have another thing. Another temperature, we have another thing. So at different temperatures, we will have different elements, but all derive from this unique element called petrol or the crude oil, which is, in our correlation here, universal cosmic fluid. Okay?
Don is saying something really interesting here. So he's saying, yes, once the car engine stops, the alternator stops spinning and no longer produces electricity. Good example. So basically, if we use this analogy, when our matter, if, for example, let's use a very bad example here, but let's say we take our own lives, we commit suicide, we break this system, which is the same as stopping the car for some reason. And then the alternator cannot work again. So if we break the matter, if we kill our matter, for example, if we, I don't know, do something that stops our body from working, our matter in terms of body, then the vital principle can't do anything anymore because it doesn't have the engine or the whole system to work with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not mechanical. I'm not a mechanic, and I understand very little about those things. So I'm just trying to make this analogy based on what Don is saying, because I wouldn't be able to say those things.
Yeah. So it's like, let's go back to our example. What is, we saw that the life in organic beings cease at the moment the organic functions is saturated. It is it is impossible to produce anything. Okay, it's come to the exhaustion. Okay, and we die. Right? When someone commits suicide, the machine is in full power, and the person just come there and cut one wire. It's like the car is running, and someone just cut the wire which connects the alternator to the battery. They cut. So the car is still good, in a good shape. The battery is still good, in a good shape, but they are not connected anymore. This is committing suicide. It's like if you cut the wire of a brand new car. You have a lot to do. The car needs to run a lot of miles, but the mind behind the wheels decided to cut the wire. Instead, keep with the car for long until there is no way to fix the body, because the car is looking to you and say, hey, I need to rest. I did my job. I live my life. I'm okay. That's why committing suicide is a kind of suffering for the spirits, because he interrupts life in the middle of this with still power. And until sees this power, this fuel, there are a lot of fuel to burn, the spirits keep suffering. I know it's an analogy, but I have no other way to explain in today's view, and I think this is a very good example.
Yeah. And it's very important that we are talking about it, especially today. Today it's still September, and we are September is what we call Yellow September, which is a month to think about suicide and to think about all the consequences from suicide, and how we can, and also evaluate and self evaluate what we can do to help others and to help ourselves to not to not do such an act. So it's very good that we are talking about it today, closing Yellow September, explaining those important things.
Yes, good. Okay, let's keep going here. Does the vital principle reside in any of the bodies known to us? Its source is in the universal fluid. It is what you call the magnetic fluid or the animalized electric fluid. It is intermediary or link between spirit and matter, which we call here in our example alternator. Even though the magnetic fluid, so it's an excellent comparison here. Okay, and by the way, it's not. I am not a bright guy, neither Samanta. We took this example from our friend Simon Predo, so he is here the big brain behind it. The interesting thing about, let's say what Don says to us here.
Sorry, he was saying something else before. If you want to start from his comment before that one.
Correct. The body can no longer maintain the vital fluids, and they are returned to wherever they come from. Happy days. Happy days. Ashes becomes ashes. No. So the comment. The interesting thing about vital fluids, principal fluids, is that once you understand it, it seems so obvious. That's it. That's it, my friend. That's it. I'm so glad. I think we did our job here, Samanta. I think we did our job here. Yeah, that's it. It's so simple.
Yeah, it takes a while for you to grasp the concept, but once you do it, as Dom was saying, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, yes. That's why we said at the beginning, we will try to enter in Kardec's mind to try to see what he's seeing at the time without trying to update the terminology, update the concepts in which goes to uh, 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 wrong definitions, and then come up the classic ones and say, no, this is wrong. Come on. Follow Kardec and we were never wrong. Don said, only took me several years. That's it. What is these several years compared to eternal life? Nothing. A second.
Makes us chew, Don.
Join the team. Join the team. Yeah. I like this one. This is the last question here. Kardec said, asked to the spirits, could we say that vitality is in a latent state when the vital agent is not united with a body? Yes, precisely. That's it. What it come across give me 5 minutes. They say, taken as a whole, the organs represent a type of mechanism that receives its momentum, as it were, from the internal activity or vital principle that exists within them. The vital principle is driving force behind all living organisms. At the same time, the vital agent imparts impulsion to the organs. The action of the organ maintains and strengthens the vital principle, more or less, in the way that friction generates heat. Whew. Simple like that. Simple like that, my friends. And I want to stop there. I don't want to try to start the next sub-item, which is question 68, because this enters in a semi-contextualization, but different topics. So we will leave this for next Thursday. Okay? Okay, I know it was kind of perhaps for those who are not in the spiritism teachings, did not read the spirit's book. I know this kind of confusing. I know we have like Don saying here, I am saying, Samanta is saying, a lot of people saying that. But in order to get more information, as Samanta said at the beginning, go to chapter 10, item 16 onwards in the books called Genesis from Kardec. It's a must read. After this explanation here, go there and read more carefully that. And you still have doubts, do not hesitate in contact us. Sending us email, reach out to the Facebook. On our next live, just say, hey, I did not understand. So just remember, because we talk about the Spirit's books every Thursday. On Tuesday is the Gospel according to Spiritism, and Thursday is the Spirit's book. Okay. Yeah, look, Don. I know, Don. Yes, this is a very good animated video produced by Spirit Academy. It's on iSpirit. Yeah, thank you, Don. Yeah, this is a very good one. Very, very good. I think this is it for us today. We are just finishing like 6 minutes early, but you guys have a lot to digest. I don't want uh, confuse you. This should be something fun and not difficult. So read, please read Genesis chapter 10, item 16 onwards. Okay? Thank you, Don. Thanks, guys, for undertaking and explaining a difficult principle to explain. No, Don, you helped me a lot. You helped us a lot here. So I like when we have this kind of interaction because make our life much easier.
Yeah, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to see if you guys have any questions, or maybe we can use this few minutes that we still have to, I don't know,
Yeah. So,
maybe
Samanta,
talk
if you
about.
want, you can stay. I will. I will disconnect because I need to see what's going on with my data set here.
That's fine.
Okay. So you do the final prayer, please. You did the initial, do the final. Okay. Thank you,
That's
guys.
fine.
Hope to see you. Sunday is Nade's talk. Don't miss that. And have a nice evening. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. Um, yeah, so just in case you guys have any questions, or if you would like to discuss anything, I think, as we were saying here, it is a challenging subject, but it is possible to understand, which is good. So it can be challenging, it can be a little bit difficult, but it's not impossible, and that's the main thing, because it's so nice when you get to understand it, because as Don was saying, it makes so much sense, um, and once you understand it, it, things will kind of or you make other conclusions from that. So, as we were talking about committing suicide, for example, so once you understand those things, you understand also the importance of keeping you alive, and also taking care of your health, because it's really important. Taking care of your body is really important, because we are not our body, of course not. And the spiritual literature shows us that um, we are not our body. It's like we make use of the body to incarnate. But it's not to say that the body is not important to us. The body is really important to us. And otherwise, we wouldn't be able to incarnate, and the incarnation has a purpose. Um, and also a very important purpose. So all of those things, they are connected, they exist for a reason, and they work so well, so well. It's just so perfect, um, and it's really nice to understand those things. And also, there are a few things that we still don't understand. So science is evolving all the time, and it's making new discoveries, and we need to keep up with those things as well, because it helps us um, understand more. So even though we don't know everything, what we know is important, and we don't need to be anxious about things that we don't know, because we'll know them when we need to know them, and when we are ready to know them. So it's just kind of a progression, um, as well. So the more we evolve, the more we try to understand those things, even though we don't understand everything, we are giving one step forward in that path of knowing more, understanding more, and also making better choices with everything that we know. So I just wanted to add that. So if there isn't any other questions, I'll just do our final prayer. So let's close our eyes. Let's calm down. Let's raise our thoughts to Jesus, to our spiritual friends, to our mentors, and to God. And let's use this opportunity to thank God for our lives, for creating everything in such a perfect way, for giving us intelligibility as well, so we can not only understand your creation, but also be amazed, be fascinated, be curious, and be glad with it. So thank you so much for all the opportunities, for everything that happens in our lives. The more we know you, the more we understand you, the better feelings we have inside us, the happier we become. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here studying tonight, to be here with such good friends, to be able to do this online, even though we're not together physically. We can be together using our minds, using our energy, and using technology as well. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for being with us tonight and for being with us always. So be it. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a good night, a good afternoon, a good day. I don't know where you are, but whenever you are, enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your day. I'll see you again next time. Bye.